Afternoon, everyone. Welcome to a new day and welcome back to the channel. For those of you that are new, my name is Karina and thank you so much for joining us. And for everyone who's been with the channel for a long time, thank you for your continued support. So I am doing a slow cooker meal today. So yeah, back to a cooking video. I'm actually not cooking, I'm throwing it in the slow cooker, but slow cooker meals are good. So I'm doing a slow cooker chicken and gravy today, and many of you might have made this already. It's very easy, very basic, but it's going to taste good. So I'll go over everything I'm using. So I'm going to season the chicken with some paprika, black pepper, and some garlic powder. And I'm going to use a can of cream of chicken. And then once I dump that, I'm going to fill this can up with water. So you're going to use a can of water and 2 packs of chicken gravy mix. And the original recipe for this called for 3 chicken breasts. I'm using 2. But if you have a larger family, certainly you can use more. It's only Glenn and I, so I'm using 2 chicken breasts, which is already in the slow cooker. Alright, so right now I'm going to put the seasonings on the chicken. And then I'm going to whisk together the chicken gravy mix, the cream of chicken, and the water. The sour cream is not going to come in till the end, and you're going to use about 1/2 cup. So I'm not going to measure the seasonings, so it's up to you. All right, so let me get this going, and we'll get this slow cooker turned on. Okay, so we're just going to throw seasonings on these right now. Got some black pepper. And again, not measuring. Use to what you like. Use it to taste. Some garlic powder. And some paprika. Alrighty, so that's all I'm doing to the chicken. And next I'm going to whisk up the other ingredients and then pour it over the chicken. Alright everyone, so the next step, I've got the chicken seasoned. So now I'm going to put, I've already got my cream of chicken in the bowl here. And I've got a can of water. And I'm just going to mix it up so I get everything, as much as I can, out of the can. So you're just going to pour the water in there. All right. And then you want to pour in your 2 packs of chicken gravy. And then you're going to whisk this all together. Without throwing it all over the counter. Seems like it's been a while since I did an actual cooking video, even though I'm really not cooking, I'm slow cooking. Yeah, just want to get all that whisked together and then pour it over the chicken. Okay, so we have that all whisked together. It looks pretty smooth and creamy. So now we're just going to pour it over the chicken, turn it on low, and let it cook. And I'm guessing it'll take between 4 and 5 hours. Make sure you get all of that. And when it's done, basically, when the chicken is done, you're going to take it out, take all the chicken out, and you can just cut it in pieces or shred it. And then when you take the chicken out, you're actually going to dump in your 1/2 cup of sour cream and mix that in with the gravy juice. So you can pour this over rice, noodles, or mashed potatoes. I'm going to make some mashed potatoes. I think that's going to go best with it, but you can do either, whatever you want. So, alright, so that's ready to go. I'm going to turn it on low, cover it up, and we will see you when it's done and we take the chicken out. All right, everyone. So while we're waiting for the slow cooker chicken and gravy to get done, several of you have asked to see our pantry, and I'm currently working on reorganizing pantry and basically moving everything around. But I do have our canned foods done, and this is our working pantry. So I'll show you that today. Okay, so the next area I'm going to work on is the baking side of it. And I'm moving dishes from the cupboards to the pantry and the baking stuff from the pantry to the cupboards. And I'm making it that way because it's easier for me to grab stuff out and easier to see what we have. So, all right, so this is basically the first two shelves of this cupboard. The third shelf way up there has cups that we don't normally use. And that shelf is a little harder to get to, so I'm just going to be working with the first two shelves here. And the second shelf isn't as tall as the first shelf on the bottom, so I can't fit normal size cans on top of each other, but I'll make it work. So, all right, so let me just go through and show you what we have. In this first two rows, we have corn. This row is cream of corn and any different kind of corn. So there's diced peppers and things like that in there. So this is all cream of corn stuff. And then this is just your regular sweet corn. And these go 3 back and stack 2 high. So I know I'm getting low on corn. So, and then this row is just carrots. And then I have mixed vegetables here. So, and then this row is peas. And this row here is miscellaneous. Just like this is hot vegetable mix for Glenn. It's got carrots, cauliflower, jalapenos, and a hot juice. And back there I have like red jalapenos, black olives, things that probably going to use more often than other things. We use a lot of olives, not necessarily me, but Glenn likes them in his omelets, in his pizza, so I keep them local so I can get to them. Over here I have kind of a mixture, because I have a lot of cans of green beans. There's like 2 rows of green beans there, so I'm not hurting for green beans. And then we have 2 rows actually of potatoes, canned potatoes. And I do put dates on everything, you can see. So I'm using the ones that are going to expire the soonest first. And some of them have dates that are like till next year that are going to expire the soonest, so it doesn't make a difference. And some stuff I know we'll use quickly, so the date doesn't matter. But like these have no dates, so next time I use canned potatoes, I'll use those first. And some of this stuff is from food pantries, and some of it is stuff that we purchased to help stock our shelves. So I have 2 rows of canned potatoes here. This row is wax beans. Glenn likes his wax beans, so we have like 3 or 4 cans there. And then back here is all sauerkraut. I have a big can back there. This is stuff like every time I go to the store, I might just buy 1 can of something just to stock it up. So now I've got pretty good amount of sauerkraut for the amount of times we would use that. I don't need it, but Glenn does, and it's not very often. This stuff here, this thing right here, I just put there, that's Glenn's coffee grinder. He got that when we started camping to grind his own coffee. And second shelf, we got Sloppy Joe mix, Hormel chili. So those are things I know we would use, and it's easy for me to see. So, and then these are all of our beans. We got pinto beans, refried beans, chili beans, and these go 4 cans back, but they can't stack another can of the same thing on top. So, but they do go 4 back. And then we have kidney beans over here. And over here we'll have our like tomato stuff. We got stewed tomatoes, tomato paste, and I'm actually out of like diced tomatoes and tomato sauce, so I need that kind of stuff. And then that's our pato sauce here that we use in our Mexican food, and I know I'm only down to 2 cans of that. And then over here, Campbell's tomato soup. And we do use Campbell's tomato soup quite a bit, whether we're just having a bowl of tomato soup or we use it in like a casserole dish or something like that. So I like to have that readily available. So I have actually 2 rows there of Campbell's tomato soup. And then over here I have a row of cream of mushroom. And this is all of our 2 rows of cream of something. So we have cream of mushroom, and we have cream of chicken, we have cream of broccoli. And we use that stuff again for casseroles and slow cooker meals, things like that. So I like to have, what I have in the cabinets right now for canned foods is what I like to have readily available, because I know that's the stuff we use the most. So all other canned foods just go in like a backup pantry. So yeah, so I just wanted to show you. I know some of you have been curious as to what our pantry looks like. This is what our working canned food pantry looks like. And as soon as I get the baking stuff done, I'll show you that. And I'll take pictures, and I should have done it with this one. Take pictures of what it used to be and what it is now. So I'll do that for the other cabinet, but this cabinet used to be full of our plates and bowls and glasses and things like that. So, all right. So that is our working canned food pantry. All right, everyone. So I have a monthly food pantry haul for you today. So let me just go over those items. And again, I'll just bring them in sections. So right here we have 3 bags of oranges and 3 bags of apples. So yes, they were basically pushing this stuff out the door. Like they were giving 3 bags of each to everyone. So yeah, I asked them if they have an abundance of it. They said, yes, we need to get rid of it right now. So there we go. So with these apples, yeah, the 3 bags of apples, could do a lot of desserts with that. What I'm going to do tonight for dessert with these is I'm going to slice them real thin. Glenn's ma had they called it a Coogan, and I don't know if that's just here in Wisconsin. I had never heard of it until I got here. It's called a Coogan. It's basically like a dessert, and I'm going to use like Pillsbury biscuits and line 8x8 baking sheet with it, or baking pan. And then I'm going to put on top the sliced apples and some brown sugar, and I'll throw some pecans on it. So, and yeah, it's really good, but it's best when it's fresh, so I'm not going to make that till later on tonight. Okay? Alright, so here we have 2 pounds of butter. That is awesome. So, as many of you know, and I've said it in the past, butter is expensive. So to get 2 pounds of butter is amazing. So very grateful for that. We're grateful for all of this, but when you get 2 pounds of butter, that is amazing. So we also got some cheese, sandwich cheese. And that's a combination of Colby, mild cheddar, Monterey Jack, and Swiss. And then we got some plums. These are dried pitted plums. And frozen blueberries. 2.5 pounds. And then we got some dry roasted almonds. And a bag of shelled pecans, which is great, because pecans are not cheap either. So that is that. All right, everyone, so here's the rest of the food pantry haul, and I'll go over that. So we have this Market Street bag of chili with no beans, and a bag of chicken breast, chunked chicken breast. So we got those, and we got a can of pure pumpkin, a jar of Jiffy extra crunchy peanut butter, a can of beef, some sliced peaches, pasta sauce. Oh, not pictured here is spaghetti. We did get some spaghetti to go with that. And then we got some veggies. We got sliced carrots, green beans, more pasta sauce, mixed vegetables. And then we got a bag of instant mashed potatoes. And I've used one bag of this. And you can get up to, well, just 2 of us, 1 serving each. We used it like 4 or 5 times. I want to say we used it 5 times. So we have a jug of orange juice, and we got another one of these frozen hams. And what I did with one of them is I just cut it in slices, thicker slices and some thin slices for breakfasts or for salads, pasta salads, or any salads. So, and then we did get a pound of ground beef, which I'm going to take it out of here because that's a pretty big container, and put it in a freezer bag. And then we got 2 cans of this unsweetened applesauce. They've got these 25% bigger chicken noodle soup, and this one's 30% bigger tomato soup, both Campbell's. And then we got a can of cream of broccoli. So that's our that is our monthly food pantry haul. And oh, I did forget to put cereal. We got a box of off-brand Rice Krispies. So yeah, there it is. So that is our monthly food pantry for May. All right, everyone, so what we're going to do now is take the chicken out of here. Right, so yeah, and if you can see that, all I got to do is take the tongs and just rip it apart. So it's done. Sorry about my arm getting in the way. All right. So this is a total of 2 chicken breasts. So that's going to be plenty for just 2 of us. Alright, so now we're just going to throw that sour cream in here, and it calls for a 1/2 cup, and I'm just going to, we don't have that much left in this tub, so I'm just going to eyeball it and call it a 1/2 cup. Alright, and then you want to whisk that in. And then you could either leave your chicken out, put it on a plate, and then pour this gravy over it, or throw your chicken back in there. It doesn't really matter. I'm just going to go ahead and throw the chicken back in. And what I'm going to do is just turn this down to low. The potatoes are on the stove right now. They're just about done. So meanwhile, I'm just going to throw this chicken in. That way everything stays warm. Smells good. Alright, so that's that. Turn it on warm and just leave it alone. Should be ready to eat soon. And Glenn's going to have some canned cranberries with his. I think I'll open up a can of corn and we'll be back. Alright everyone, we are ready to serve, and I usually just get Glenn's plate ready first. Well, I don't know if you can see, but over here we have some canned corn and some cranberry sauce. Glenn is opting out of the corn and I'm opting out of the cranberry sauce, so I'll have the corn and he'll have that. So, alright, let's get this served. Okay, so I have his mashed potatoes here. And I'm just going to throw some chicken on there. And I didn't totally shred it up, just because I didn't. I notice when you totally shred meats up, they soak up the juice more, and then you lose that gravy. You don't have as much. That's just been my experience anyway. So, alright, and then I'll pour some gravy over his chicken and his mashed potatoes. And you can serve this on top of the mashed potatoes or whatever you're having with it. I'll just put some gravy. He likes a little hole in the mashed potatoes and then the gravy inside. He doesn't mix it all together. So he may want more, but I'll let him start with that. Alright, so there you have it. That's what's for dinner on this Tuesday night. Slow cooker chicken and gravy with some mashed potatoes, cranberry sauce, and corn.